everyone, and welcome to the USDA AMS Dairy Program Grading Branch webinar to review updates to grade label butterfat testing. My name is Allison Reynolds. I serve as a dairy marketing specialist with the AMS Dairy Program Standards Branch. I have been with dairy programs for 22 years, serving as a resident grader, and most recently as the resident Salmonella Surveillance and Grade Label Program Coordinator. On March 21st, the final rule to amend the plant records requirement for the AMS Dairy Grading and Inspection Program will be effective. The amendment allows butterfat tests to be performed at an in-house or approved third-party laboratory and adds a requirement for plants to maintain and make such records available for examination by a USDA inspector. These amendments increase efficiency by conforming to current industry practice and ensure quality and compliance with butterfat composition standards for USDA graded butter. Under the current butterfat sampling process, USDA inspectors select random samples from the churnings or lots presented for grading as a single point test. Testing frequency will depend on the random sample generator's selection and plant's production volume. Sample testing may be as frequent as weekly or monthly for a plant. This level of testing offers a limited perspective to overall butterfat composition management by the plant. The review of plant records will amend the current butterfat sampling process. The random single point butterfat testing will be discontinued. This will eliminate the duplication of testing already conducted by the plant as a part of their internal quality program. A plant's in-house or third-party laboratory testing records will satisfy the butterfat testing requirement. The amended process will provide a more accurate assessment of butter quality and butterfat composition for butter manufactured by the plant. The review will consist of records already maintained as a part of the plant's internal quality program, resident plant butterfat proficiency data, and the resident laboratory audits conducted by the National Science Laboratory in Gastonia, North Carolina will be discontinued. Acceptable butterfat testing methodologies will be those intended for the analysis of butterfat composition in butter. These methods include the Coleman, modified Coleman, and infrared testing. If other methods are developed in the future, they may be considered provided they are validated test methods for the analysis of butterfat composition in butter. Butterfat testing may be conducted in-house or by a third-party laboratory. The plant will need to maintain testing records and provide to the inspector for review. Records will need to be sufficient to demonstrate a plant's production control process to produce butter that meets the 80% requirement. Several types of testing records may be requested for the review. Records may include a plant sample selection process, testing methods, laboratory records from in-house or third party, final test results, or a certificate of analysis, management of out-of-spec butter below 80%, and training documentation. A review of records will be conducted annually by a USDA inspector. Record reviews may be conducted more frequently if a plant is found to be providing insufficient records or if the plant needs to make corrective measures to their process. The plant will be charged for the review, which has been estimated to take approximately 4 hours. For reference, 4 hours saves time and money over the existing Butterfat sampling program when accounting for time to pull samples, cost to ship samples to the laboratory, and wait time and cost for sample test results. An initial review will be conducted with each plant. A facility with complete documentation or records for the management of butterfat composition that meets or exceeds 80% will be deemed as acceptable. A plant should have a solid plant policy to maintain butterfat composition, make corrective actions when necessary to resolve an issue, and provide necessary training and/or preventative measures to ensure the issue has been remedied. A plant not making corrective measures to address insufficient documentation or releases butter below 80% will be deemed as unacceptable. A plant will need to demonstrate necessary corrective measures on subsequent reviews or may lose the ability to use the grade label shield. In summary, the updates to the Butterfat sampling program are a move to provide process improvement and modernize the program to meet current industry practices. The process will be a cost and time-effective change to improve service to our industry stakeholders. I would like to thank you for your time today. A customer guidance document will be available with additional information. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please contact the Dairy Grading National Field Office at dairynfo@usda.gov or call 630-437-5045. Thank you and have a wonderful day.